Okay. Outfit change. It is now Monday, April 4th. I did record on Friday, so you'll see that I'm going to splice all of this together, but I picked up some stuff from the quilt store this weekend, and I finished a quilt top this weekend. So I'm going to show that to you because the quilt top that I finished, I want to take to the quilters tonight. So we're going to figure out how to splice this all together. And also on this lunch break, I'm also going to be putting together the backing for that quilt because everything is just hectic and chaotic. Okay, so I think I described the fabrics that I got in the, you're going to hear about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll take it out since I'm showing you. We'll see how this all goes together, but in a minute, you'll also see Friday's footage with the pictures of my wish list from Nashville market back in March. So, okay, so from the sale, I got this. This is from the end of Bolt sale that I got from Montgomery. And I want to mix this with some Debbie Maddie. Here is 5 yards of this hot pink with white polka dots to go with the Exploding Hearts kit in grunge and white. So was going to get to pick out a new background because Kim had the white in here like this, but then she remembered I pre-cut all of the squares for the half square triangles. Like they're oversized pre-cuts, but they're pre-cut. So kind of had to stick with the white background, which is totally fine with me. I think it's going to be really pretty, but check out some of these colors. It's going to be so beautiful. It's all these pinks, reds, and like berry colored grunges. Trying to pull all of them to show you. I think these are 2 different ones. That's one. That's one. There's a bunch of this light pink. There's a fair amount of this like raspberry color, which is really pretty. There's like this lipstick red grunge, which is really fun. And then like hot pink. So it's going to be amazing. But anyways, I got this 5 yards, which is exactly how much the Exploding Heart quilt needs for the backing. And I'm going to pick something kind of outrageous for the binding, like either a crazy, like different color or, I don't know, something super, super contrasting. I'm kind of tempted. I'm pulling this because it's right on top. I'm kind of tempted to get the black and gold grunge for the binding because I just think it'd be really cool. All right, so what I am taking to the quilters tonight is I am taking finally my 1930s charm quilt that I made in 2008 at charm school. And I finished this weekend, I finished my tablecloth. So I got the last fat quarter that I needed of this polka dots. And then I ordered the noodle fabric off Etsy, but I had gotten the tomatoes and the green. I got the green from Montgomery, the tomatoes from my local in my town fabric store, and neither of them had the noodles. And so I found it on Etsy in the pink colorway. So I did split up the borders though. I think it's so cool. It adds some like extra like craziness and dimension. But I love it. It's, I posted already on my Instagram the final quilts. Ashley took a video of it, so that's posted. As well as I took a picture of it like on my table to see what it would look like. So those two quilts are going to go to the quilter, as well as the pillow fronts. So that way I can get them quilted in the same pattern as my large quilt, so I can get the pillows made. So the backing for, I had found this at Montgomery at Kim's a while back, and it's close enough. It's going to be on the back, but it's close enough to one of the blues in the food group line that I thought that would be really cute for the back. Well, I don't have enough. I have a little over 2 yards of this. I have 2 1/3 yards of this, but I need like 3 1/4 or something to make the back for a 60 by 60. So what I'm going to do is, I have some I actually made the borders 2.5 each, which is how wide I make my binding. So, and I had gotten a yard of each of these. So I'm going to cut off 1 more strip off of each of these for the binding. I'm going to do a scrappy binding. And then I'm going to take the rest of this and I'm going to cut this one direction, the length that I need it, and then the other side is going to be pieced scrappy of these. So that is what I'm working on. And I also still have some of this fat quarter left as well. So I might strip this out a little bit, so that way it can be like super, super scrappy, with a little bit of all of these, which I may not need to cut out any more of the tomatoes. I may just need more of the noodles and the green. But anyway, so prepping for that. So yeah, that is what I'm working on to try and get done today to drop off. And now back to what was recorded on Friday. Hey guys, it's Kelly Ann and welcome to another Flossy Friday. It is April 1st. Crazy. And it's kind of fun that it fell on a Friday. The cats are doing great. And this video is going to be done kind of crazy and sporadic because I have a fair amount to show you. It's going to be a longer video. But yeah, it's going to be kind of a longer video because we're going to talk about the market haul on my wish list that I have not gotten. I have a little bit of haul to show you for cross stitch actually. And next week we'll have more quilting stuff to show you, but I have a lot to show you quilt wise, not so much cross stitch other than talking about haul and stuff like that. Didn't really get to it. This week has been kind of crazy. So I'm going to kind of like put chunks of video together, but overall this week has been really good. I've had trouble sleeping this last week and I'm not really sure why. But I've also had insomnia issues since I was younger. So is it really for me to question right now? No. So also throughout me recording this, the lighting behind me in the window may or may not change. Okay, so I'm just going to jump into it. Oh, other quick updates. The cats are fine. They're in the other room. They're sleeping. It's way too early for them. It's also way too early for me. But here we are. Okay, so y'all have seen, I've made some pillow covers that my quilter is going to quilt in the same way as my giant quilt. So I have this one. This is for like a longer pillow that I've had almost for 15 years now from IKEA. It's a down feather throw pillow. Really awesome quality. So yeah, so she's going to quilt this and then I'm just going to do envelope backs on these. So we're just going to quilt the front and then I haven't decided if I want to double layer the fabric so I don't have to hem, but also it makes it sturdier. Or if I want to do single layer of fabric envelope and just hem the edges better. I haven't decided. So you've seen that one and you've seen this one before. So I have that longer pillow, and then I have two, they're like 19 to 19 and a half by squared. So I made these 20 by 20 blocks. So this is one of them. Because for this collection, I made the quilt using a, fat quarter bundle and a half yard bundle. And then I bought some yardage of 5 particular fabrics. And these are my 5 particular fabrics that I just really, really liked the colors and the style of from the collection. And also that I thought looked really good together to do a couple of like extra things. So I have a ton of scraps of the entire collection that are like decent size scraps. Otherwise I would have like scrapped them to be funny. But I wanted to do this like really crazy Moroccan tile pattern, which I brought my design book in here. So, because I'm working on something that I want to show you guys. So, if I think about it, I'll flip to that page and show you. But it was going to be so many pieces, all like 1 by 1, like the size, like the finished size and stuff, to make this intricate 20 inch squared pillow front. And so I changed that up, and I took another design of mine and I kind of tweaked it a little bit. So except for this corner, this is the block that I like designed for my English Gardens quilt. So I added this in and changed up the sizing of the sashing and things like that to kind of make it, you know, a little odd and interesting. But yeah, I chose this fabric to be the main print for this one because it was the only one that this seam wouldn't seem super crazy if it didn't match up perfectly. And so probably would have not super been able to like tell that. And I've got some wrinkles and stuff, but it is what it is. Muslin sometimes does that. So I'm excited about these. I really like the way this one came out. But I wanted a way to display all 5 fabrics. And so I added that little section up, and I really like it. So might be something that I kind of like play with and design another quilt kind of like that. Okay, so I also got, and I'm not going to unfold the entire thing, but I also got my cow skull quilt all put together. So he's all put together. So that's pretty exciting. I really like the way that it came out. It's a very different look and feel for me. So I like the way that it came out. Is it one of my absolute favorites? No, but I love all of the fabrics individually. This one is my absolute favorite from the collection, honestly. And I kind of wish that I would have maybe gotten, instead of this cow skull, like I like still having this cow skull, but also getting the other cow skulls, which was mostly this yellow, and it was smaller ones with little pink flowers. So I don't know, I might try and find some of that for like binding, or maybe like a section of the back or something. I'm not really sure. So my food group quilt is insane, and it's not 100% complete. I have one more row to put on because tomorrow I'm stopping by the quilt store and I'm getting one more, I'm getting a fat quarter of this right here. So that way, I can complete that row because I'm silly, but it is absolutely insane. And I love it. And I've changed up my idea for the border. So it's still going to be the green and then the tomatoes. And it should be here today, so next week you'll get to see it. But I'm getting another fabric from the tomato line. So both of these are from the tomato line. And I wanted to put 6 inches around every side. And I was going to split these 3 and 3 finished, but I'm going to do 2, 2, and 2 because there's another fabric in the line that is like a peachy colored background and it has different pasta noodles. And I just think it's really funny to have like the tomatoes on top of pasta noodles like coming out from the quilt, also because I eat non-traditional pasta noodles nowadays and I'm Italian, so I just think it's really funny. So I obviously don't have that fabric to show you, but this is kind of what it would look like around the edges. So it's going to be crazy and it's going to be wild, but I'm totally here for it. So this has to get done this weekend because, so I'm going to be working on it on Sunday because tomorrow I'm busy like all day. So I'm going to be working on it on Sunday because this is my like check off goal for my meeting, my Quilt Guild meeting, and that is on next Monday. Then I'm going to drop these off at my quilter, and I also think I'm going to drop off my 30s quilt that I made back in 2008. Crazy. It's just been like chilling and waiting. And I think I'm just going to finish it like this, and I've just got to find something for binding. And the backing, I'm just going to do muslin because that is what this was paired with. So that's the winner, I think. So all that's going to get dropped off. And then I really just need to put the Texas one together. And I did go buy more thread, but I also started putting the rows together for one of my Christmas gift quilts. And this is in Batiks. And this is for my friend Tracy for Christmas. So I started putting the rows of her quilt together. This is almost a completed row. I have 2 more blocks. Yeah. So I think it's going to be really cool. She loves teal and she loves purples. And I thought these, you know, kind of went together. I don't know. She liked them together. So that's what we did. Final quilty thing. The baby quilt is done. So I need to trim up some of the edges, but Ashley and I decided to make it a puffy baby blanket. So she put it together kind of like a pillowcase, except for the top. And then she sewed lines down. And then as we filled the 3 columns, we sealed it off every 2 blocks on the back. And so this is the panel side. So I think it'll be really cute. You know, it'll make it like more like tactile and soft. And so yeah, I've got to clean this up and wrap this or package it for tomorrow. I'm so excited for her to see this. I think it's going to be super cute. And then to go with it, Ashley also made a little kawaii chick. So this is all going to my friend as her baby shower gift. So it's super cute. I love it. I'm going to package that and get a card that both Ashley and I can sign. And yeah, so it's all of the quilty stuff. So in the next one, I will probably show the sad amount of stitching that I did and the little bit of haul. And then we'll talk about market releases. But yeah, I've just been trying to get a bunch of quilting stuff done lately. I am eventually going to have to get some cross stitch stuff done though as well, because one, I have like a set number that I want to get done for like my goal for this year. And it's lower than my normal goals because I was like, that's obtainable. Apparently it's not whenever most of the time you're quilting, if you are even doing anything. But also I'm getting back into like my workouts and stuff, and they do take up a fair amount of like my free time. So, I'm trying to figure out like how much time can I actually give to all of these things whenever I love all of these things. So those that have like more than like 2 to maybe 3 crafts max, I have no idea how y'all do it and work a full-time job and possibly also have families. I just don't know. So we'll get to that, but there's going to be some fun quilting stuff coming up. We will talk about my design book also in just a minute as well. Okay, so I have my design book with me, which it is just a graph paper composition notebook. So this is the pillowcase that I wanted to make. Yeah, it would be beautiful as a throw quilt if I made the squares not 1 by 1 finished. It'd make a beautiful throw quilt. So we're probably going to work on that. But something that I have been working on this last week is really designing out my Hey Y'all quilt. So you're getting kind of like a preview. So these are the 3 parts of the panel. One of my quilt shops that I go to, she's specifically ordering the 3 grunges that I want to go in this quilt. And her logic behind that is grunge always sells. And especially if it's a color that you've never had before, people are going to be interested in it because they are blenders. Like they go into other things. So I got to pick out my grunge colors to go perfectly with this collection. And I'm so stoked about it, but I'm also going to mix it in with a blue on blue, a red on red, and I'm going to get more of one of the collection's white on whites for this. And so majority of the quilt is going to be black, white, and gray, but there is going to be around the edges and the center, this explosion of the Texas flag, in fabric of color. So excited for this. So excited for this. But yeah, and I think she ordered boltage, which her bolts aren't in, just her pre-cuts. So I already have mine. So I'm waiting for the boltage of Hey Y'all to come in, but also she can't order these grunges until April 7th. So it'll be closer to the end of the month that I can pick those up. So I'm working on designing that and using colored pencils to really see where I want colored blocks to go. And I want it to be crazy. It's fine. It's going to look amazing. I'm so excited. I also have to build it in three sections. I also have to think about, I can't make it too kind of off kilter because it'll make it harder to put together. So you always have to also be thinking about that. So anyways, I'm pretty excited, and I'm putting in a lot of like flying geese directional, which I think will be really fun. So anyways, yeah, that's something that I am working on. And there's a couple of other quilts that I have some fabric for that I've figured out kind of like a pattern that I want to do for it. And there's 2 fabric collections that I'm getting layer cakes for as well. And I'm also getting a jelly roll of something else, but it's not in yet. And my quilt shop did an end of bolt sale, and there was a hot pink fabric, and I'm picking this up tomorrow. There was 5 yards of a hot pink fabric for like $40 because it was a part of the end of bolt sale. And she has 1 kit left of all the pinks of grunge. in the exploding heart pattern. And it takes exactly 5 yards for the back. So I think that's serendipitous. So, her kit right now contains all white for the background. I don't think I want to do all white for the background. So, but she is going to let me pick a different background, and I might also get it a little bit cheaper because she sold the pattern, but I'm buying my own copy of the pattern off Etsy because she can't get any yet. Anyways, I'm buying it from the designer as a PDF. So I'm stoked. All right. The tiniest bit of stitching that I did was on my second day of Christmas. All right, so I've heard from like one person in the comments said that this isn't super normal for Crazy Annies, but several of you said that it is. I will never be doing, I don't care how cute the pattern is, I will never be doing one of her things again. This customer service is the worst I've ever experienced. I have month 3 finally, after paying for month 4 for almost 2 weeks. Month 3 finally came in. And here's my whole thing with that. I get that market happened, but we paid 3 weeks before market. The other thing is that in my first email conversation about not knowing where my first month was, but they were already asking for the second month's payment, they said that it was the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs that they've ever had. It was right at 300 people, and that I should really join the Facebook thing. And I said, Kate, not doing that. I'm not on it. I'm not going to get Facebook just to join your thing. But also, side note, half of your customers come from Instagram. You should also just inform your Instagram customers what is going on. Totally disregards that. But I did find out from a friend who was also like, where's our things? That she went ahead and joined the Facebook group, and they opened it up to more people. If you can't keep up with the current demand, why would you open it up more? Whatever. Anyway, so I digress. This is on 32 count Lugana in Sprite from Picture This Plus. And this is the second one. I did drastically change the color of the birds because it bothered me that you could barely see them. And, like, you could see the birds, don't get me wrong, like with the colors that they were, like especially on the black, but like they're supposed to be 2 different colors, and on the black you can't really tell that they're 2 different colors. So that really bothered me. So are these the colors of turtle doves? No. Do I care? No, because it's gonna look good no matter what. So that's how far I've gotten. I got a little bit of that done. Speaking of the third pattern, here is my 3 French hens. Super cute. Have I also paid for number 4 and not gotten it yet? Yes. Did I pay for it almost 2 weeks ago already? Yes. Do I understand this concept? No. I feel like you should request for payment when they're ready to go out, and you print the packing labels as people pay. Call me crazy. The other thing is this is the only one that did not come with tracking. So if you're not going to use my $4 extra for tracking, the other 2 had tracking. So if this were to get lost in the mail, this one didn't have tracking. There would have been no way for them to tell me once it had left. So I don't know. Anyways, I have strong opinions about customer service, you guys. I've been in that industry since I was 15 years old. It's really important to me. I mean, that's more than half my life at this point. So customer service is a big one for me. And I do like the patterns. I do have the option of getting out of the SAL, but I really do like the patterns. So I'm going to use this as a learning experience. I'm going to allow them to take my money for a year, and then I'm never using their service again. You can choose to use it if you would like. I'm just letting you know, this has been a nightmare. Like, this is not good customer service. Product is great. Once you get it, it's all fine. Communication and expectations, 0 stars. Okay, if you want a 5-star review though, shop with McKenna at 1884. No, she's not going to do like Sal releases like this. Well, actually, it's not true. She has done a Sal release. But ordered this. She shipped it the same day because I ordered it before a certain time in the morning. And it's fantastic. I got it literally like in 2 days. So she was having a kit sale, and so I just like perused. And there was a couple of things in my cart, one from Nashville, which I'll show last, and then one that I just thought was really cute. But she was having a kit sale, so I went and I perused, and I found a kit that I really, really wanted. It's in Anchor, so I don't know if inside it tells me the DMC as well, just because I sometimes do waste thread. Not on purpose, it just is what it is. And anyways, I have not opened this. It's showing to do it on Black Ada. It has Black Ada. So is the background not stitched? Because that would be brilliant. The background's not stitched. That's brilliant. Okay, so it's a full kit with Black Ada, which it looks like it's 18 count. Zweigart. There's 42 colors. It's a 3 out of 5 heart skill level. Anyways, it's Girl the Pearl earring. Full kit. And she was having a 25% off on full kits. Have I stitched her before? Yes, in the tiny little ones by Davinchna, which you can get on her Etsy. They're stunning. I think that one also has like 42 freaking colors in it, but it's like 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches on canvas, by the way. So I'm really excited about this. Like, I have a replica painting of this. My dad has a replica painting of this. Jackie has a replica painting of this. For some reason, I don't know. I've always been drawn to her. The book was great. The movie was all right. It was good. And those were like fictional, like, who is the girl? If you've never like seen it or read it, ScarJo plays her in the movie. But it's such an amazing painting. So love this. But like I said, I'm gonna see if the list of DMC is in here, or at least if the list of Anchor is in here. And I may keep it as a kit and pick different fabric. I may pick different fabric and I may do it in DMCs just to be sure, just because it's hard for me to get Anchor where I'm at. I know that I have friends who are able to more readily get Anchor because they have LNSs that carry some of it, but not, I don't know LNSs that carry it. I know the ones closest to me does not carry them. So, and I don't want to put in an order for like 1 or 2 here or there. So it would just be easier. But the other one that I got is from Legacy Patterns, and it's called Rejoice. I just thought this was a cute, I loved, honestly, what drew me to it. One, she's beautiful, but the R, I loved the lettering. So I really like this. It's 110 by 80 and it's 6 colors. Ooh, I even have some of these. I even have a couple of those colors. They're all in weeks. So I got that one. And then the one from, well, I'll show that last. Guys, go get you some of this. It's so soft and it is beautiful. This is the Dying for Cross Stitch hand-dyed fibers cotton in unicorn. Go get you some of this. She has tons of it. Go get it. It's beautiful. I have an Irwin fur on it. No, never mind. I was kidding. That's a quilt. That's a quilt fur. I was excited. I thought that Irwin had visited me. But this is stunning. Go get you some. Like I said, it's in unicorn. And this is a lot of thread. It's 6 strand. I mean, that screams for a long dog or just 87 borders on all the things. I think though a long dog, I'm thinking like one more of these and you could do most long dogs. Okay, so the one that I got from Market is Dirty Annie's Southern Style, which I think this is a new designer. I don't know. I've never heard of her before, but she had a couple of patterns at Market this year. And not many people got this one, which I think is so sad because it is so freaking adorable and I cannot wait to do it. And I may or may not change the color of the cat because it's just so sweet the way that it is, but it's perfect. And I just absolutely thought this was so charming. And it comes with this cute little wooden heart button. But yeah, it's charted in Weeks, Classic Colorworks, and Gentle Art, 2 of each of those companies. And it was stitched on Seafoam by Weeks Dye Works, and it's 71 by 86. But is that not so sweet? And you could totally customize it, but I don't know. I might just do it in the called fors because she's just so cute with her giant pink cheeks. So cute. All right, so that leads me into what are my market releases. So in the next clip, we will talk about market releases. I'll put them on the screen of the ones that I have not gotten, but are definitely on my wish list. Guys, I have so many things on my wish list, but these are Nashville March 2022 releases or like in the vicinity of Nashville market release. So I will put the pictures right here. That's why I'm like standing to give like better. Also, it's like full daylight outside now. So the first one is from Summer House Stitchworks, and it is Lady Catherine Kitty, Hello and Goodbye. She also made a dog version. It's also really cute, but whenever it comes to stitching dogs, I like to stitch dogs that looked like ones that I've had. So I don't get as excited about dog stitches as much as I do cat stitches because they're just more easily customizable than dogs because they're all different sizes, shapes, heights, all that. But anyways, how stinking cute is that? The little, like the front and the little tushy. So cute. I mean, it could be made into a needle book. It could be made into a little coin purse. It could be made into a pillow. It could be made into an ornament. It could be made into so many things, and you can customize it to look like your cats. Or add multiples and you have like multiple little cats showing you their tushies and the flowers. Anyways, super cute. I love this one. It is on my wish list. I have 2 from the Primitive Hair. The first one is Anne Frank. This is gorgeous. She's doing a Women Who Made History collection series. I believe the Anne Frank one is the second in the series, because I'm 95% sure the first one was Harriet Tubman. The other thing that I think is really awesome about this is that Stella's now crying, is that she's not just picking women from one time period, one country. I just think it's really cool. And also Anne Frank has an amazing message and would love to stitch that one day. This is one that I don't know if I would get or not get. What's up? Come here. She's crying. Maybe she'll come in here. What's wrong? I'm going to keep on talking. If she comes in here, I'll pick her up. But this is one. Hi. What's wrong? Come here. Come here. Come here. What's wrong? Why were you crying? What? You okay? Where did you take the fabric that you stole from me earlier? She stole a mini charm pack out of the sewing closet and took it somewhere in the house. I think she might have taken it like under the couch or something. What is wrong with you? Do you want down? Do it safely, please. Thank you. She's gonna go run off so she can continue crying for attention. Anyways, Primitive Hair came out with one called The Eagle, and it's from the Spirits of the Woods collection. She's done several animals that live in the woods, and the eagle is just so beautiful. Like, we stitch eagles all the time on different like samplers from Beth Twist, or trying to think. I know that Owl Forest does owls and stuff a lot too, but they're always smaller. This is like massive and super detailed, the bald eagle. So it's stunning. I love our bald eagle. I have two from Silver Creek Samplers. The first one is Farmer's Blessing. I just absolutely love this. I love what it says. I love that it's for farming. You don't get many samplers that are just like, praise you, farmers, and God creating all the things that we need to eat. And so I think it's gorgeous, and I really, really like it. So that is also on my wish list. So is Counting on Love. This is also a Silver Creek Samplers, and it's kind of a play on like the 1-2 buckle my shoe, but it's all about love and your soulmate and all that kind of stuff. And anyways, love this one. I would love to stitch this one day, but you know, need to find a man. Casual. One of the next ones is Shakespeare's Peddlers. It's Antique Cats in Crowns. So again, this isn't necessarily a series, but they have many smaller patterns that are just like this, that are monochromatic. I believe they had one that was for teacups. They had one for keys, I believe. And I think they had one that was just crowns. I'm trying to think. I know they have a couple that are very similar to this, but this one is just super cute. I like the mixture of the cats with the crowns, that it's monochromatic, very simple. Really like it. The next one is by, I have to think because it's not on here, Carriage House Samplings, I believe. And this one is the Orange Cat Tree Sampler, I think. I need to find the name. But it's just the leaves or oranges on the tree are the sampler part, which I don't really like samplers. This one is in my wish list, but it's probably not one that I would ever stitch. I just think it's really unusual and different and cool. But I really like it. So for a while, it will sit in my wish list. The next one I definitely want to get, and I really want to stitch this along with the We'll Always Remember from Plum Street Samplers, but this is God Bless America. That giant red house with a blue door with the giant bald eagle on top with the flags and the strawberries and the bunting. This is just a beautiful piece. it's just beautiful. Beautiful. She does such amazing patterns. Such amazing patterns. The next one is Heartstring Samplers, Really Friends. It says, there is nothing I would not do for those who are really my friends. I just think this is so sweet. It's so cute. Would I possibly stitch it? No, probably not. But for right now, it sits in my wish list. But that one I probably would not stitch. This one is, I believe, a Kathy Barrick, and this is the Lion and the Lamb sampler. I mean, first of all, this weird flower in the center, like, it's giving me all the vibes. It's just so different, unique, and weird. Like, I want to stitch it. And then also the fact that it's the lion shall lie down with the lamb. I don't know. It's just, it gives me all the feels, you know, all the verses. And I just really like it. And in that same vein and vibe is Teresa Cugat coming out with Madonna and Child, which this one is just stunning. Definitely want to stitch this one at some point. It's just beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. This one is from Ink Circles. It's called Awesome Possum. He's so cute. He's so cute. It's very small. I love the intricate lettering and how his tail wraps around the words. I don't know why I find this one so funny and so creative, but it really just is. And I really want to stitch Awesome Possum from Ink Circles. The next one that is on my wish list, probably will never buy it and or stitch it, but right now it is in my wish list because I enjoy looking at it, is What Remains from Blackbird Designs. I just think it's so cute, simple, and sweet, and it's just beautiful. The stitching says 2020, but I believe this one just came out, so we'll see. The new one from Lila Studios. I mean, it just speaks to my Italian heritage. I absolutely love it. If nothing else for that border, but probably would not do the letters or anything like that. Or I would do some of them, but not the alphabet. But the picture in the center, I mean, it's so gorgeous. And this really reminds me of Italy. So the next two are actually a series, and I've actually never stitched anything from Stitching with the Housewives, but I really, really like these two patterns, and these are the last two. I really like the wreath swaps 1 and 2. It has the different seasons from, the first one is from January to June. The second one is from July to December. And it's the word home as separate charts, and you change out the O, and they made these cute seasonal decorative wreaths. And I will say that the wreath swap 1 has Easter and like flowers and hearts and things like that. They're all very similar because that's like the time of the year. But whenever you start getting into all the holidays, these are crazy. The cute little pilgrims, the little scarecrows, the little turkeys, they're so cute. So this one I am super tempted to get. It would take me eons to stitch all of them. But whenever they first came out with the home with just the basic wreath, I was like, I wonder if they're going to make it to where the O is interchangeable, and if they're letting people know that so they don't stitch it all in one piece. And I was apparently out of the loop because I don't really pay as much attention to their releases. So I had no idea that like everyone knew that that was the concept until I saw these come out, and I was like, that's the concept that I was hoping that they went for in my own head. And so, yeah, I'm like super tempted. They look so cute and fun. So again, they sit in the wish list. Anyways, let me know if any of those were on y'all's wish list. I got 4 of them from Market already. And again, things sit on my wish list and slowly get bought if I ever stitch them. And I do have a few things to destash. Perhaps I will list those soon on my Instagram and try to destash a little bit. Some of the things that I've already stitched or have decided, why I'm not doing this. And so, yeah, stay tuned for all the more updates and pray that I find that mini charm pack from my tiny, tiny thief. I will see y'all next week. I hope that y'all enjoyed it, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.